And Chanderpaul with his first man of the match in Test cricket. Yes, my peeps, welcome back to another video. So earlier today, Zimbabwe and West Indies both played out to a draw in that first of two Test matches, and it was expected based on the fact that we had a lot of rain. Even the final day was interrupted by rain, so I guess that is how it ended. Gonna go through, remind you guys of the final scores, let you know the numbers. We had a couple of West Indians that did fairly well on the final day. Couple of guys getting half centuries, and we saw Moti getting 4 wickets and all of that. So Chanderpaul, as I said, picking up the man of the match. Now West Indies, we ended up getting 203 for 5 the clear. 203 for 5 the clear in our second innings, and it was courtesy of Raymond Reefer and Jermaine Blackwood both getting half centuries. We did not leave ourselves with enough time to bowl them out because of rain and all of that, as I said, shortened the whole thing. So Zimbabwe, they ended on 134 for 6, 134 for 6, and they still had a fair amount of runs to get, you understand, a little under 100 still, but I just one of them things, my peeps. As I said, Raymond Reefer and Jermaine Blackwood, they are the ones that put together that little total there for us. Reefer, he got 58 of 106. Blackwood was a little bit more attacking, getting 57 of 84, and that allowed us to give to give the bowlers an opportunity to really bowl at something. Goodikish Moti, in his effort there, he should be praised. He ended up getting 4 for 50. Raston Chase getting on the board with 2 wickets. He had 2 wickets under his belt there. So Zimbabwe not able to get that 200 and so West Indies there getting that not even 200 and that 100 and that they 200 basically that they needed to win. So scores again in the game. West Indies 447 for 6, Zimbabwe West Indies 447 for 6 and 203 for 5 the clear. Zimbabwe 379 for 9 and 134 for 6. So we gave them over 200 to win in the second innings there, and because of rain and all of that, and thing, we ended up getting a drawn game. So scores for us in the game, in terms of top scorers, Tejner and Chanderpaul getting 207, Craig Brathwaite getting 182, and Alzari Joseph picking up some wickets in both first and second innings. Goodikish Moti getting some, Alzari getting wickets in the first innings, Goodikish Moti getting 4 in the second innings, and Raston Chase getting 2. So Joseph did his thing in the first innings. We also had Roach picking up a wicket, Jason Hola getting a couple. So that is how it ended, my peeps. I just want to talk a little bit about Tejner and Chanderpaul before we go. It's really good to see a youngster coming in, playing in his third Test match and walking away with the man of the match. For West Indies, when he played against Australia, you will remember that he was the second top scorer, just behind Craig Brathwaite. So to come against Zimbabwe and to get a double century like that, we have to say kudos to the youngster. And the way is only forward, you understand? The way is only forward. I see quite a few people talking about the opponents, but I would like to remind people that this youngster made his debut against Australia, you understand? And going up against Australia, arguably the best bowling lineup right now in Test cricket, he was able to score a half century and get a 40 odd, so we just have to wish the youngster well. You understand? We have to wish the youngster well. I know that people have their hidden agenda where they want people from their part of the Caribbean to play in the spot. But at the end of the day, when a man work for the spot and get in there, if we mean the team well, then we should be hoping that the people that actually play score runs. Similarly to Raymond Reefer, a lot of us might be thinking that he is not a quote-unquote traditional number 3, but the fact of the matter is that his name is in the playing 11, so you know we should not be wishing or hoping that the man don't make any runs. You know, you should be hoping that the man batting at 3, you should be hoping that every time he goes out there he scores. You understand? As much as how you probably want people from your country to be in the spot. But all in all, it was a good game. You know, rain dampened it a whole lot. Really wanted a result, but I just one of them thing there. Also want to say shout out to Gary to Balance. You know, he finally made his debut for Zimbabwe and was able to score a century. Think he got 136, 137 not out. You know, so really good there for him making his debut. And we also had a Zimbabwe bowler getting a 5-wicket haul, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to them. Definitely looking forward to the second test match. Looking to see if there's going to be any changes. In terms of the batting, we did not necessarily set the place alight, especially in the first innings. I mean, after putting on a triple century opening stand over 300 and odd, you can imagine that the other batsmen really just wanted to come in to further the partnership, further the score, up the ante. You know, don't want to seem as if I'm making excuse for them, but you know, if the opening pair put on 600 300 runs, I can just imagine that the other guys coming in would just be looking to score fast so they can get the team up to 400 500 as quickly as possible. And you know, I guess people like Raymond Reef and Blackwood and these guys will have, and Kyle Mayers will have another test match to really show that they are the real deal and they should have a spot for South Africa. So that is basically how that test match ended, my viewers and subscribers. Once again, shout out to all of the guys that were able to go out there and get the job done. We still have a lot of work to do, you know, in terms of the bowling. The latter part there of the Zimbabwe first innings, we were not able to get the better of the tail enders. You understand? Balance was there shepherding the tail end, and we were not able to bowl them out. You understand? If we were ruthless enough, you know, we probably would have been able to push a victory, even though we had a lot of rain. We still have to make sure that we take our chances. Think it was Jason Holer and Rastan Chase that had a couple of chances there that definitely would have put us in a better situation. But all in all, you know, shout out to the guys. They were able to go out there and play some cricket. And as I said, massive shout out to Goody Kishmoti and Tijner and Chanderpaul, you know, alongside Captain Craig Brathwaite for really doing the job for us. So that is it for now, my peeps. Just wanted to give you a quick roundup, and you don't know it go. Later on, we will do a more in-depth video to talk about the test match. Big up on yourself, my peeps.